5 a.m. and today I'm gonna take you to drumming up the sun. I want to share because it's one of the most kind of beautiful things about living where I live. I've gone to it the past 2 years. This would be my third, and every single time I'm just awestruck. So Yule is actually one of my favorite holidays. I don't know what it is about it. I think it's because it's very cool and calm and celebrates just being like cozy and alive and home with friends and family, those you love. The story behind drumming up the sun specifically is that, this is the longest night of the year. Like originally the thought was kind of just like you didn't know if the sun was going to come back up because it was so long. And also think of like in a lot of Scandinavian countries, like literally the sun is gone forever, right? Near like 24 hours of darkness, And so there was this kind of urge to celebrate and to be together because if the sun didn't come back up, you wanted to be together, right? So Yule, Winter Solstice, whatever you call it, there are many traditions about kind of staying in and doing gifts and being warm and being cozy. So much of Christmas as we know now, not even like Christian Christmas, but just like Christmas, at least in the United States, comes from a ton of pagan traditions. And so I've been trying to make it a point to, in my family and my household, kind of return to those because they're just so delightful. So one of the traditions that I love, that's kind of in several places, is that you and your loved ones and your family gift each other books, stories, things to read on Winter Solstice. Then you proceed to stay up all night through the longest night. You stay awake, you stay alive, reading those stories both to yourself, to each other, telling stories to each other, amusing each other. And current day, you would often do that by candlelight too. Because basically you want to carry the sun through the night. You want to make sure that you survive the night. The light survives the night. And then the thought being that you don't know if the sun will come up, you then drum up the sun. So you make a bunch of noises, you bang pots and pans, drums, you yip, yell, everything. The whole premise is that you want to wake the sun up because it's sleeping, right? So that's what this practice comes from, is that tradition. And every year at Red Rocks Amphitheater, everyone gathers and drums up the sun. And I'm curious to see what this looks like. There's not a formal planning for it, which of course not, we're in time of COVID, right? So I don't think anyone would be technically allowed to plan it, but at the same time, Red Rocks is a park, so it's open, and most of us actually social distance anyway. Like everyone creates their own little pods that they like stay in. And so I'm still going. We're gonna see what this turns out like. Sunrise is at 7:18. And we're gonna head on over. I'm gonna bundle up. We're gonna see how this goes. Yes.
It's early.
It is early.
Got some dope ass sky.
It is pretty. Oh my god, it's gonna be intense.
Do you see this on the camera?
Yeah.
Whoop. Oh boy.
We're going up. The first year that we came, a hawk
continuously flew over like the entire audience area for like the whole time. And like it was really beautiful because like everyone kind of stopped and was like and like looked up. So like everyone at one point was just like looking straight up.
Hopefully you can't hear all the construction noise and everything, but I hope you all love that. Every time I think of this event and I think of what Winter Solstice is, I think of the rune Dagas, which kind of looks like an infinity symbol, but it's like triangles on the sides, and it's Ragnarok. It's a new day. It's a birth. It is a death too, but I love that it has that like duality energy. So I think of Dagas a lot when I come to events like this. But I hope you loved it. I hope you have a wonderful winter solstice, and thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I hope it was lovely for you, and I hope you had a great holiday.